Hey everyone, and welcome to the Lockbox, brought to you by the Grandon Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team. I'm your host, Jason Grandon, and today's episode is all about faith, fun, and fresh starts. And yes, even the Easter Bunny. We're talking about how Good Friday, Easter Sunday, and everything in between connects to the world of real estate. Whether you're buying, selling, renting, or just hunting for the golden egg of home ownership, we've got you covered. Grab your favorite coffee mug, hopefully it says the Grandon Group, and let's hop right on into it. All right, everybody. Hey, it is a beautiful sunny day here in Arizona. It has been a wild spring so far. We've already had a couple days of 100-degree plus days. Most of the time we're wearing shorts and t-shirts, and it has just been crazy. And I'll tell you what, we love the snowbirds, but they're still here. We're in the middle of April, and it's people have been swimming. It's been like summer weather here. It's crazy. Little rain, but it's still the best place to live. So we're saying it's the hottest place to live. Hey, so today's, you know me, I'm like Mr. Holidays. So today we wanted to go ahead and start with Easter. We're approaching Good Friday. And we came up with some different ideas with blog titles and stuff like that. And the blog's on our site, thegrandongroup.com. You should check it out. It's pretty good. And anyways, we wanted to come up with something good. And you know me, we're a lifestyle podcast, real estate podcast. And thank you for making us Arizona's #1 real estate and lifestyle podcast. We are honored. In fact, I just got notification again that looks like might be getting another award of some sort. So that's great. Thanks to you guys. So anyways, I hope everyone is doing great. Today's title is going to be From Good Friday to Sold Sunday, the Resurrection of Real Estate. So let's get to it. We all know Good Friday is coming up. And listen, this is not going to be a religious podcast and anything like that, but it does have to do with faith. And so we're going to start off here with just wishing everybody a great Friday. And first part of this is called Good Friday. Let go and trust the process. Okay, so we all know, just especially from the emails, from the major amount of clients we get that are thinking about buying and selling and renting, selling a home can feel like letting go. It's just like Good Friday. It reminds us of a sacrifice that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ made, but of all the other sacrifices we do on a daily basis. Many times, when you're selling, it's a big decision and it's stressful. And our goal at the Grandon Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, we try to take the stress out of this. Sometimes people sell a house and, no matter what it is, you always have some sort of memory in there. And that's the toughest part about letting go. So we respect that. Sometimes we've had people call and we've had, they've had family members pass in the house, or they've had births, or they have their favorite dog buried in the backyard. Just there's a number of different things that go on. And so, selling a home can feel like letting go. And it's without a doubt a sacrifice. But if you put into the right frame of mind and the right timing and everything going on, we can make this a real stressless process. It's all about believing there is something better ahead, even when it's hard to see. Okay, so not to get into politics, because we don't do it on this show, but there's a lot of people out there right now that are having to sell their home. Money's not coming in, the economy's not that great, and they just feel trapped. They've got great memories in the house, and it's time, to let go. And they're on the verge of losing their house. They've eaten up a lot of the equity and stuff like that. Hey, listen, we've all been there. It is hard to see the silver lining ahead, but rest assured, 100% it is there. So we're going to help you navigate through that as well. And listen, my attitude's always been when one door closes, no matter what it is, even if it's positive, negative, whatever it is, there is something else that's going to open, and you have to keep an open mind on this. And just kind of put yourself in that position and say, okay, we know it's going to happen, and it will. And trust me, good things happen, especially if you can really keep the composure. So give yourself some grace during the transitions. Every ending is a setup for a new beginning. Every time something happens, something new happens. There was a while back, I was telling my wife that we'd go out, and I'm like, listen, I don't want to go out, because every time we go out, we'd have plans to do A, B, and C, but as soon as we went out, and it was like clockwork, C, D, and E would happen. Or, just something totally different off the wall, or we'd run into somebody. It was just almost like it was meant to be. So you know what? Give yourself grace during these transitions where, there's going to be ups and downs emotionally, but the Grandon Group is going to help you navigate through it. And listen, this is the same for buyers, for sellers, for renters. So just keep in mind, it's kind of, we're condensing it, but kind of think of it as a Good Friday. And then, of course, your Resurrection Sundays when you come back and start a new life. So Easter Sunday, new life, new homes. Easter is all about resurrection and renewal. Same with buying or renting a home. Listen, 21 years in this business, we've seen a lot of stuff. And I've got to tell you, and I'm going to tell you a little story about some clients they're closing here on May 7th. They own a child photography company, so they take pictures of people that just had babies. Really, really great family. And if you're getting ready to have a baby, I'll be happy to pass their number on to you. They do fantastic pictures. But this is actually kind of feeds into Easter. This is kind of why it's perfect. So these people are hard workers, and they, like many of us, maybe they didn't file their taxes, maybe they didn't get stuff done, they haven't been able to save because everything is so freaking expensive. Anyways, we met here about 4 months ago. Well, we knew each other beforehand because I rented them houses from instantrenters.com. But they decided they wanted to buy. And they were qualified with a bank statement loan, which those of you that don't know, a bank statement loan is where you have the income coming in every month, but maybe you don't have the credit and you haven't done your taxes. It's a really great way to get a house. You pay a little more on the rate, but it happens. So a couple months go by. We're talking, trying to get them qualified regular. So we finally get them convinced to do the back taxes so they can do a regular conventional loan. And lo and behold, they didn't think they were going to be able to do it. They needed to come up with quite a bit of money. I don't want to necessarily say because it's kind of their personal stuff, but it was quite a bit of money, a hard 6-digit number in order to close on this house. And sure enough, as we get closer to the May close date, they've got everything in order. It is absolutely unbelievable. They've been stressed about it, worried about it. It's been a roller coaster ride for them. But you know what? This is all about resurrection and renewal, and these people cannot be happier. In fact, they put a deposit down on the pool, and things were actually blessed more than they thought, so they're able to buy a pool. Really nice area, and brand new home too. Beautiful home. So anyways, so this is about their fresh start. They've got the room where they're going to set up their cameras. They're going to move most of their office into the house. And, after first of all, they've been renting for years and years. Had many tough seasons starting this business, getting it going. And now here they are buying just an incredible brand spanking new home after hard work, ups and downs. And, this is actually a similar, they are the perfect idea of how people can symbolize hope, growth, and opportunity. I'm a firm believer that if you kind of wish it in there, it's going to happen. And that's exactly what these people did. And along with some of our other clients, we just closed on another one. And I will mention her name, Samantha, and her boyfriend, Spencer. Absolutely fantastic. First-time home buyer. And, it was about a 4-month process. Well, actually, 3.5, 4-month process to get her into a house. She got a brand new build. Same thing. And this is a symbolization of hope, growth, and the opportunity that has arisen for them. It's brought their relationship closer. It's opened up doors that she never thought would be open. You can't get any better than that, especially right around this Easter season. Okay, so the Easter Bunny, we can never talk about Easter without talking about the Easter Bunny, especially me because you guys know I love the holidays. Easter Bunny, surprise, joy, and of course you got to have fun. So real estate doesn't always have to be serious. There's joy in the process too, okay? So everything, when Jason calls or my sister Stacey calls and says, hey, we got to get this paperwork or this or that, it's not always a stressful thing. When the phone calls come in, sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes somebody calls and says, hey, we actually have to put a new roof on your house. We got that approved. Or we had a price reduction on a new build. Or that new refrigerator you wanted that was on back order came in. There's a lot of joy, different things going on. And, when you're cruising around the neighborhood and you're in the brand new areas and you meet new neighbors and stuff, just the doors just keep opening. That's why Easter is about surprise, joy, and the fun times we're going to have. And also, there's always hidden surprises in a home. Dream kitchens, perfect backyards, a cozy office. We've had many people move in. In fact, I'll tell you this. I had a guy move into a house, and he was like, Jason, what the heck am I going to do with this front room? I don't know what to do. It's just me. And he had this big front room. Then you go through to the kitchen and the living room. He's like, this room's like a total waste. I don't need it. A couple months goes by. He calls me up out of the clear blue, and he's like, you got to come over and check this out. I'm like, oh, no, what's going on? I'm thinking maybe he wants to sell the house and all this stuff. Anyways, walked in. He turned it into a full-on movie screening room. And you walk through the front door, and then it hits you, but it looked absolutely amazing, and he loves it. Total surprise. On the second part of it, he turned into a little mini arcade, put a pinball machine, a couple video games. It's like a giant, man cave, so to speak. So, anyways, we've also had some people that have bought houses with just dirt in the backyard, and they're like, Jason, what are we going to do with this? And they turned this thing into an oasis. In fact, they can live in the backyard because that's all they do. They just spend 100% of their time in the backyard and never inside. There's little things like that are great surprises, especially now especially when you start getting a little older. Barbecue grills, the big giant Connect 4 game that you put out in the yard, beanbag toss, artificial grass, believe it or not. And my favorite is the mist system. I will never live without a mist system again on the patio. Absolute perfect things that are great little surprises. Okay, so then there's some of you out there that are not ready to buy, and we all know the ongoing joke. You already own a house. You either own it for your landlord or you own it for yourself. You're a work in progress, but listen, renting. Consider this your starter egg. Plan it and grow towards ownership. That's why at InstantRenters.com, which is owned by the Grandon Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, we do like to cater a little bit to the rental market because you renters are planting an egg, and hopefully within the year, you're able to grow it into a house. I do believe that everybody should be able to own a house. I don't believe anybody should be given a house, just like we get people, and I'll get emails on this too. Jason, it's a right to live. The government should give us a house. No, they shouldn't. But it's a right for you to get out there, work hard, and buy a house. Also, there's some new communities out here, which we did the last podcast on this. You have an opportunity to create the personality of the new neighborhoods. So listen, I know you probably work in Prescott, so you don't want to live in Williamson Valley, for example, or Flagstaff. But listen, if you're open to a little bit of driving, you can get a brand spanking new house and start off. It's not going to be your forever house, and you're going to make a lot of money. So anyways, renters, I'm with you. We'll find you a great renter, but consider it your starter egg. Plan it and grow towards home ownership. Listen, change is good, even when it's scary. All right? How many times have you guys and gals, been out there? Let's say maybe you're a little overweight and you're like, oh, I want to get to the gym. Hey, it's scary. You walk into the gym and you see these people sweating on the treadmill and huffing and puffing and stuff like that. Hey, it's intimidating. I know. There's always some scary stuff, but you know what? Work through it. And it's also amazing how many people are out there that really want to help. That's what's great. So listen, embrace this season of change. Like the spring weather it brings new possibilities. Whether you're buying, selling, or renting, change is a part of growth. Real estate is a part of growth, and listen, the Grandon Group and myself, we recognize this. This is not, Mr. Buyer just buying another house and moving on with life. It's part of the growing process. There's reasons why we do all this, whether we know it or not. So, as many of you know, change is where God often does his best work. Hey, listen, I'm a firm believer of that. I have done some dumb stuff. I bought a bar like when I was 26, thinking, I'm going to own a bar. Now, I don't smoke, drink, or do drugs. And guess what I was around for 4 solid years? Smoking, drinking, drug users, strippers. It was absolutely horrible. But you know what? I grew from it. And some of God's best work was done right there. And I feel like while I sat there and complained about how bad this was, and listen, the place did great, made a lot of money doing it, but I really feel like we changed some people's lives. I hosted weddings out of there, acted like a counselor to keep some people together, took a couple kids off the street and helped them get jobs and stuff like that. So I really feel like that change, while scary, helped a lot of people. And listen, I grew in the process. And thank God, because now I get to help be a realtor to all of you, which is great. And I know some of you are sitting there probably laughing a little bit like, Jason's corny, but listen, for the people that are listening to this, thank you. We enjoy doing this. So listen, giving glory to God in every transaction is what we do. We're thankful for every client, and we're thankful for every opportunity. And trust me, you provide us many opportunities. The amount of referrals you guys send over to us is absolutely amazing, and I cannot even begin to thank you enough. This business is absolutely 100% a blessing. So our goal has always been to serve with integrity, kindness, and a purpose. And what's the purpose? Our purpose is to get you into a home so you can grow into wherever it is you're supposed to grow into. Maybe you're an investor, you're starting out. We're going to help you. We're going to guide you in that. Maybe you're getting a divorce and you need to start over. We're going to help you do that. We're going to always make sure that we're providing you the best information we can give you. So listen, real estate is truly an Easter egg hunt. Remember as a kid, mom and dad put the baskets out, and you get up Easter morning and then you get a basket and there'd be 100 eggs outside hidden under rocks, and 6 weeks later you'd find the other eggs that were missing. Well, listen, inventory right now, there's a lot of inventory out here in Arizona. But the perfect home is out there for you. So let's help you find it. Just because the inventory's a lot of it, because there's a lot of inventory, doesn't mean you can drag your feet. We do have a lot of people right now, they're like, well, I'm going to wait to see what happens, and then sure enough, the house sells. And let me tell you why I think the market's changing a little bit real quick. It's been up and down here for the past 6 weeks. All of a sudden, just in the past couple days from this podcast, we've had 3 houses go under contract. This is telling me that people are starting to get used to everything going on. We know the economy is going to get great, and it's still a great time to buy a house. So searching for the right property is exactly like hunting Easter eggs. Some are hidden gems. Some are broken shells. So some of the golden eggs. I've got a client looking for a house that needs some work, but he doesn't want to do a total remodel. To him, that's a golden egg if we can find one in the right price point. We still have a lot of sellers that think it's, a couple years ago when things were just going nuts, 2021 or something like that. And then we still have a lot of buyers that think it's 2008 when the market was crashing. Listen, we got to find an even medium here. The market is good, and it's a great time to buy a house. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Easter. You got questions, send them over. Check out our website, thegrandongroup.com. Of course, Facebook, Instagram, True Social, Rumble, YouTube. This is your show. And again, I cannot thank you enough for making it Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team and Arizona's #1 lifestyle and real estate podcast. The Grandon Group brought to you, brokered by my home group. So that wraps it up, this Easter themed episode of the Lockbox. We hope you're feeling inspired, maybe a little entertained, and remind that change, even in real estate, can be a beautiful thing. From Good Friday reflections to Easter Sunday hopes, and even a surprise from the Easter Bunny, we're all about helping you find your next new beginning, I should say. Don't forget to follow us. Reach out with questions. Let us help you with your real estate resurrection. Hey, until next time, I'm Jason Grandon with the Grandon Group saying Happy Easter, happy house hunting, and God bless.